Hey, what's up everyone, CTNtechnologynews here, and today I've got something interesting for you. It's 2014 and there are a ton of great smartphones to choose from. If you're looking for a great iOS phone, you can go with the iPhone 6 or the 6 Plus. If you're looking for a great Android handset, you can go with the Nexus 5, the Samsung Galaxy Alpha, the HTC One M8, the Sony Xperia Z3, the list just goes on and on. Even BlackBerry and Windows Phone actually have some pretty strong alternatives right now, so honestly, if you're looking for a great smartphone, it really shouldn't be hard to find one. But with that said, for every good smartphone that's released, there are a ton of ones that just don't quite cut it for different reasons. So in this video, I'm actually going to be doing the 5 worst smartphones you can get right now for different reasons. So let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so phone number 5 on this list is the Alcatel OneTouch Fierce 2, which was actually released just last month, and it is pretty inexpensive, but honestly, it needs more than a low price tag to be deemed a worthy buy. It's got a 5 megapixel rear-facing camera, but it really takes very bad photos, the screen is very dim, and then it also only offers 4 GB of internal storage out of the box. This phone looks like a big deal, but you won't get much of a life out of this smartphone. Phone number 4 is the Kyocera Hydro Life, which was also released last month, and it's actually a waterproof smartphone, but unless its splash-happy design is an absolute priority for you, I really think that this phone is okay to skip over, especially when you take into account its laggy performance and its pretty mediocre camera. There are a lot of better waterproof phones out there right now, so I really think that you can skip the Kyocera Hydro Life pretty easily. Phone number 3 is the ZTE Open C, which is supposed to be an ultra cheap handset for burgeoning markets, but even its bare bones specs are too minimal for basically anyone. Its internal speeds are glacial, its fixed focus 3 megapixel camera is really frustrating, and the Firefox 1.3 OS does have a long way to go in terms of software offerings. There are a lot of really great budget phones out there, but this is not one of them. Phone number 2 on this list is the Nokia X. Now this might be a bit of a controversial choice, because I usually like Nokia's phones. They're bright, they're bold, and they often have pretty good specs, but unfortunately, the X phone is not one of those handsets. Its touchscreen is pretty unresponsive, it has a very unattractive UI to be totally honest with you, and its performance is actually pretty sluggish. You'd really think that Nokia could have done a really better job with this phone, but the fact is the Nokia X just isn't that great a choice. Now phone number 1 on this list is the ZTE Prelude, which honestly, it's the worst phone on this list for a number of reasons. The handset's paltry 1 GHz processor barely gives it enough power to trudge through even simple tasks, and the 2 megapixel camera on the back snaps really grainy, fuzzy photos. But its worst trait is its middling call quality, which actually defeats the very purpose of having this device as a cheap phone. If the Prelude were a piece of sheet music, its tempo would be very, very slow. Don't get the ZTE Prelude, and honestly, I would not recommend that you get any of these phones on this list, but if you do already have one, let me know your opinions about it in the comments below. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and you thought it was helpful, and I thought I told you some good phones to avoid, and I will see you next time.